Greetings and welcome to the AXR Unreal SDK Quickstart tutorial. In the last video, we introduced AXR's features, covered a Unity Quickstart tutorial, and checked out their prices. I'll post this link in the description. In this video, we'll review the Unreal SDK docs together, step by step, get Unreal set up with the AXR SDK plugin with OSS support, and use Unreal's new flagship Lyra game demo to authenticate. I'll also show you the entry points for OSS authentication to save you time digging through documentation. We'll even hop into a real-time game session and briefly check out AXR's dashboard. I'm a game backend specialist of 8 years after launching a successful PvP game. This video is sponsored by AXR, however, my opinions are my own. Let's get started. The AXR SDK for Unreal is compatible with Unreal 4 and above. We'll be using the latest 5.3.2. In the Epic Launcher, we clicked on the Library tab to add our engine install. We can confirm we have 5.3.2 here. We want to use the Unreal's new Lyra starter game. To do that, we click the Samples tab. We see the Lyra starter game here on the left. Click to jump to its marketplace page. Scroll down and you can create your project here after adding it to your account for free. Create project. We'll use the defaults for this project. This is actually a pretty big project. Speeding this up, when we see create project again, we know it's done. Now that we have our project, let's return to the docs. We'll mostly be using AXR Core SDK, OSS SDK, and Game Framework SDK. We'll mostly be covering the OSS SDK. It provides an implementation of Unreal's online subsystem interfaces to work with AXR. Features include authentication, achievements, economy, leaderboards, matchmaking, missions and quests, personas, progression, sessions, and social features. And just to take a glance at the Game Framework SDK, it's a plugin that offers a higher level gameplay implementation of common online and multiplayer functionality, such as dedicated server registration, automatic session management, and automatic shard management, great for MMOs. Scrolling down to installation, they made it pretty simple. Clone the first repo in your project's plugin folder. Let's first copy the git clone command. Before we go to the terminal, let's look ahead to step 2. Run the start script from your platform. For Windows, that's setup.ps1. From terminal, we start at the project root, Lyra starter game. cd plugins. Now we paste the git clone command. Let's note the directory name and speed this up. Okay, cd into the cloned folder, and run that setup command, setup.ps1. This will take a minute, but we'll speed it up. Back to the docs, scrolling down, we're instructed to edit the uproject file at the root project directory. Copy these 3 objects. Listing the project root files, we should see Lyra starter game.uproject. Open up the uproject file in any editor. Scroll down, being careful not to accidentally look at modules. We are instead going to look for the plugins object. Paste the 3 objects, prettify the spacing, and don't forget to add a trailing comma. Looking at step 2, set AXR as the default online subsystem in config default engine.ini. There's a flag below we'll copy to clipboard. Pulling up the terminal within the config directory, listing the contents, we can find the default engine.ini. Open default engine.ini with any editor. Let's check to ensure we don't already have an OSS flag. 0 results. Good. In that case, let's add a new entry to the top. We now have OSS set up to use AXR. Save. Tabbing back to the Epic Launcher. Click on the top Library tab to see our new project. Double-click to open. When asked if we want to rebuild, click Yes. When the editor opens, at the top right, swap the selected map to Lyra Frontend. This has a better starting UI for demo purposes. Press play to automatically authenticate in the background. Press Lyra. Start a game. Notice our network mode is online. Control map. Once this loads, we start a new AXR session through OSS. We'll be able to see this on their web dashboard. Stopping to look at the logs, we should adjust the filter to see OSS logs only. SDK init complete, then finish login was called. Let's copy the user ID to look up our player on the web dashboard. If we wanted to dive deeper into the logs, disable show all. Find the log Lyra game phase for session info, and log online for OSS logs. Heading back to the docs, scroll down to the web admin console link. Below the link, we'll find the username and password. Click the link. I'm already logged in using the demo credentials. From the home screen, we'll go straight to the IAM users. If we paste in our user ID and press enter, we'll see our player. Double-click. There you have it, our auto-authenticated device. We can view the raw JSON from here as well. If we kept the game going and wanted to view the active session, scroll down to Multiplayer Sessions. If you logged your session ID, you should be able to search for it here the same way. Going back to the code a moment, I want to show you the auth entry points so you don't have to dig. There's a Lyra plugin called Common User that seems to store common OSS calls. At Common User Subsystem, notice Auto Login OSS v1. This auto logs into AXR with the device identity. Finding integration references to this, we stumble upon Finish Login at Online Identity AXR. This is a callback handler for Finish Login, triggering either success or fail callbacks. In summary, we created a new project from the Lyra demo, added the AXR SDK with OSS support, successfully authenticated and created a new game session, and viewed the authenticated user in AXR's web dashboard, while also taking a quick glance at the sessions dashboard module. If you're into game development, especially online game development, be sure to like and subscribe for more content like this.